I'm Caleb Brooks with the AHSAA Radio Network. I'm at Saraland High School. I'm joined by head volleyball coach, Ms. Dana Mason. And, Coach, first of all, thank you for letting me come in and visit with your girls and see this program. And, I went down and visited with Coach Kelly, saw the football facility down there. It's amazing. This gym right here is amazing. And I kind of want to start there. The facilities at a school, when coaches have what you guys have here, how much easier does that make your job to prepare kids and get them ready to go and compete?
Yes, the facilities here are absolutely amazing. I was at another school for many years before that and coached two sports there, volleyball and softball, and just coming here, seeing the pride in the facilities, just the courts, everything was new. Not only is it just new, but our janitors, they do a great job just keeping it up. The girls also, after every practice, they'll sweep. The athletes are really taught and trained here to take pride. So it's been very nice with the facilities. The weight room is amazing.
No
it's
doubt.
amazing.
Yeah, especially
because
Coach Kelly was saying that y'all are having to use 2 classrooms as weight rooms. This is what this school has had from the beginning.
Yes, and so we were never really able to train together with our strength and conditioning coach, Coach Herschel. We were always had to split the time there, and also with us being on block scheduling as well this year, we've been able to go down there and train actually with the football team. We go down there 2 days a week, and Coach Herschel runs our workout. It's exactly the same thing that the guys do. So that's equal workouts. The girls are pushed just as hard as the boys there. So that's extremely important. The weight room has been so large and so nice, and it's definitely made a difference.
Have you seen a difference in your team with talking about, how they're getting the same workouts that the guys are getting, and do you see that difference out here on the court?
Yes, the time that is put into their day to work, not only during the season, but also outside of the season as well. The girls are training all year and also in the summer. And before, at other schools, maybe they only trained, 1 semester or things like that. So the strength that it adds to the girls and their performance, their endurance as well, it's really, really helped out in so many different ways. And I know all the sports lift every single day, and that's a requirement for the athletes. So it's paid off for sure.
Obviously, it means a lot to the players, but how much does it mean to you guys as coaches to see the school really buy into what you guys are doing as coaches and give you the type of facilities and the luxuries that you guys have here?
Yes, it makes a really huge difference. Sometimes if you feel that you're not supported or everyone wasn't working together, working toward the same goal, sometimes as you leave in the afternoons, you could feel a little bit defeated and things like that. It's really nice. It's been nice to even see not only on home games but away games. We've had other coaches as well from other sports attending our games, and so that really speaks volumes for me, because to know that everyone is in sync with one another, has the same expectations, and it's just really nice.
You've built a really good program here, and Saraland itself has built a great program with just athletics in general. What is it about athletics here that helps Saraland be so successful in everything? Because you see certain schools, they're good at this sport, maybe not as good at this sport. They're good at this one, not as good.
Right.
Here, there's not a sport you really point to and go, well, they're just not as good in that one.
Right. I feel like the depth of our athletes, grades 9 through 12, they're committed. The coaches are committed, the players and the parents. There's support everywhere that you turn, whether it's the city officials, coaches, fellow teachers, parents, teammates. There's just a lot of depth in the support that we have for every sport.
It's a young school too. I think that's what makes it so amazing, is how successful Saraland is and everything, with it being such a young school. And sometimes for y'all that are here and a part of it every day, do y'all kind of have to take a step back and just kind of say, wow, it is crazy that, we're barely even 10 years old.
Yes, that's for sure. But most of everyone, even though we are young, throughout the state, even speak highly of Saraland, Saraland City Schools. And so we're told that a lot with our city officials and superintendent that, everybody knows where Saraland is now. Where in the past, they didn't. But we're known for our school system through the state.
A state championship appearance a year ago for you guys, and talk about that experience, getting there, playing in that game, and you had 9 seniors, and so obviously, you have a lot of people on this team that, didn't get to experience that game, but the ones that, did get to and that are back before seniors and a couple others, have you seen a difference in them having experienced a state championship run?
Yes, I definitely feel like last year going into the season with those 9 seniors, they had been in the program for 4 years, they knew the expectation, in the past, and so we were never able to get there. We would make it to regionals, we would win the first game and then lose out on the second round. And so last year when we played and we beat Northridge to go to state, it was like a dream come true for those girls. They were so excited. They were finally able to put their words into action and let that dream come true. And with losing 9 seniors coming into this year, I was a little bit more reserved because I knew that would have been a really tall task to ask of this team. However, this summer, they have been working and playing lights out this entire season. So I definitely do not think that is beyond reach there. We do have some good potential on this team, and sky's the limit if they believe it. So, yes,
and
it was a good time.
Sometimes you see teams, you see younger people, the way that, you do have a young group this year, and sometimes they just feel like, well, the older people won and it's just going to be automatic for us. And so when you do see a group that works the way that you described them working this summer, how encouraging is that for you to see a young group that does have the drive that this young group does? Yes,
it definitely makes your day at work worthwhile. Knowing that as you're coming in on those early summer mornings or here till 9, 10 o'clock at night, that those girls at the end of the day, they know what's expected and they do support each other. And I do feel like they want to do the work and they know it's going to require work in order to get there. It's not going to be easy. We're going to face teams. We have Spanish Fort also in our region, very strong. And we know that we're going to have to get through those tough teams in order to get there.
Have you can you feel the target on your back now when y'all, enter in for a game and can really feel that everybody is really, trying to beat y'all now?
Yes, the stakes are high. With going to state and being part of the Elite 8, we know that everybody wants to beat Saraland. Everybody wants to have a piece of Saraland. And so the focus is there just to kind of treat every opponent the same and attack them the same. And so we do have a target, unfortunately, and we know it's coming, but we always have to be ready. We can't take any game lightly, for sure.
How do you feel about this team? And obviously you said a lot of potential and you really like what you've seen from this group, but what is it that you really like about this group? What do they do that has impressed you so far here early in the season?
I feel that we have a few hitters on the front row that are just really powerful. They're attacking the ball, they're being aggressive. Our back row, we've gained some back row players as well, and they're extremely scrappy. Even at practice, the trainer sometimes has to tell me, you got to tell them not to dive so much because they just are all over the place, just going at it. They'll be up in the bleachers, doing rolls, everything, and getting balls. And so it's bad. It's a good thing, but it's also bad if you have to tell your players, y'all need to wait, save it for the game, because they do treat every practice like a game. So I would say definitely the explosiveness of our front row has been a big game changer this year for us.
Obviously winning creates higher expectations for a program, but how do you feel about that? Because obviously if your expectations are rising, that means you're going in the right direction and people are taking notice of that.
Yes. I do find myself, even after some games, instead of probably always congratulating them and celebrating the victories and the small victories, I'm always thinking, okay, we got to do this better. We have to do this better. And so I try to not always be the critic, but it is hard because in your mind, everything's got to be perfect. There cannot be many errors at all if you want to get to that level. So just kind of treating every game with the utmost, expectation, and really helps the girls focus on what we're working for.
You mentioned your region, and you talked about Spanish Fort. Playing the teams that are in your region and seeing that competition, how much does that help when you get to the regionals and you get to the Elite Eight and those type of places?
Yes, especially St. Paul's is also in our area, and they're always strong as well. So trying to attend tournaments, go to tournaments. We have the Shrimp Fest also coming up. We play some teams even up north that come down for it. It's in October. Playing in the Battle of Old Shell Road on October the 5th at St. Paul's and UMS. Those types of tournaments are going to expose us to those higher opponents and higher skilled teams that will help us in the postseason for sure.
Well, Coach, I appreciate you taking the time to sit down with me. I enjoyed it, and I've enjoyed going around seeing all the different places. The facilities y'all have here is no doubt one of the top in the state, and I really look forward to seeing how your team does and if you guys can go and repeat the same performance from last year.
Awesome. Thank you.